sa Kamara kinuyog ng isang UST political analyst dahil sa kanilang pakikisawsaw sa imbestigasyon sa mga misteryo sa likod ng flood control project upang pagtakpan ang kani-kanilang mga sarili. Mga kawatang kongresman kakaladkiri na papuntang selda para putulan ng mga sungay. Pero bago ang lahat, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe sa channel na ito, please do subscribe para mas maging updated pa kayo sa mga susunod kong mga videos. Halos lumawa ang kaluluwa ni Chairperson Mika Swansing matapos ikanta ni political analyst Professor Froilan Calilong ang mga kawalang kwentang imbestigasyon ng Kamara hinggil sa kontrobersyal na flood control project. Pahayag ng naturang propesor na ang pakikisawsaw ng Kamara sa imbestigasyon ng flood control project ay taktika ng mga ito para pagtakpan ang kani-kanilang mga sariling baho. Ito ang dahilan ng pakikisawsaw ng Kamara sa imbestigasyon ng flood control project.
Ghost projects po ng flood control, din po yung abutin ng investigasyon. Doon po sa vlog ng ating pong Pangulo, sabi niya wala naman hong sisinuhin. So dapat wala din sinuhin yung pong Kongreso sa kanya pong pag-imbestiga, di ba? But we have to be very clear dito po sa usapin po yung sinabi kong pagkakaiba ng pagkakaroon ng corruption allegations relating to the projects. Pero ang totoo naman ho, hindi ho dapat sumasali sa mga kontrata ng gobyerno, whether infrastructure man yan o hindi, yung pong mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Very specific constitutional prohibition po ito at meron din pong very clear provision po ito sa Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. No? So ibig sabihin, if they involve themselves in specific contracts, parang bawal ho yun. Parang may actual na kaso na po yun. No? So we don't even have to wait for ghost projects or substandard projects. Pagka ho, if they dip their hands into the cookie jar by getting actual contracts, it's a real problem for them actually.
So asahan din natin kung na itong mga names ng mga legislator contractors ay maisawalat din during the...
I think so. Pero syempre, the burden of accusation is not on Congress, and not on the committee. The burden of showing, the burden of disclosure is on the persons accusing. No? So there are two personalities who are doing it, Senator Lacson and Mayor Magalong. No? So if Congress will be the venue for it, then it will be the venue for it. No? Pero syempre, in the same manner, because due process demands it, pagka napangalanan ho yung mga legislature, kung sino mga personalidad po dyan, they will have to be able to defend themselves, subject themselves to scrutiny in the committee hearings also.
Kung on the other issue, isang magandang balita po na bitbit ni Pangulong Marcos ay yung paglagda nila ng 18 kasunduan, ang Pilipinas at India po, para mapalakas ang sektor ng renewable energy, digital services, business, process management, infrastructures at healthcare. Ano po yung magiging impact nito sa atin, yung magandang balita na bitbit ni Pangulo?
Siyempre, lahat naman po ng mga bilateral relations, whether India man yan, Estados Unidos man yan, European Union man yan, basta makapag-ambag po ito sa economic growth ng ating bansa, makalikahan ng trabaho, makapagtaas ng bilang ng mga turista sa Pilipinas, at buuin po yung entire economic cycle po ng growth. Dapat i-welcome po natin ito. Pero siyempre, may kontrata, pero ibang bagay pa po yung actual delivery of these things. No? So yan po yung pinaka-importante kasi siyempre, okay naman na may mga memorandum of understanding, memorandum of agreement, pero we would like to see actual, more jobs, more Indian tourists going here, more facilities, BPO facilities being built in the country as a result of the visit. Kasi dyan natin masusuka talaga kung talagang successful o hindi yung pong state visit.
Thank you, Annalie. Vivian Gulia from ABS-CBN is now recognized.
Good morning, Kong. Opo, meron kasing mga pananaw na yun daw pong pag-archive ng articles of impeachment mas mainam kaysa sa pag-dismiss. Pero meron din pong mga nagsasabi na patay, yung pag-archive is equivalent to pagpatay sa impeachment, sa articles of impeachment. Kayo po, ano po yung pananaw ninyo dito? May legal issues po ba sakaling baliktarin ng Korte Suprema yung decision nito?
Alam po ninyo, if you genuinely fight for truth and accountability, parang you cannot afford to be cynical about proceedings. Di ba? So, we are hopeful and we are thankful that, it's unfortunate that it got archived, but we're also thankful that they did not dismiss it. Kasi nga, like what he stated, yung archiving is not exactly killing the entire thing. No? So, in the event that the MR is reconsidered, yun yung magiging basis for the Senate to unarchive it, di ba? Instead of outrightly dismissing it. So, ibig sabihin, in every platform, in every proceeding, kung saan natin pwedeng exact yung accountability and truth on confidential funds and the death threats against high officials, we will go to that game. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, kung matalo at the MR level, the next step would be obviously yung Feb 2026 na pong refiling ng impeachment case against the Vice President.
Bali, kung halimbawa po, balik rin ng Korte Suprema yung decision nito, are you expecting that yung mga bumoto to archive it should also vote to resurrect the articles of impeachment?
I think so. Kasi ang batayan bakit po sila nag-archive ay yung kanila pong sinasabi na mahalagang galangin po natin ang Korte Suprema. Mahalaga po na galangin po natin yung mga desisyon ng Korte Suprema at iwasan po natin ang pagkakaroon ng constitutional crisis. No? In the event that the Supreme Court actually reconsiders, that is the same logic that will have to apply. Di ba? So, kumbaga, but of course that is hypothetical and we would like to be able to wait for it. No? Pero ayun na, our expectation would be they will have to reopen the proceedings in the event that the Supreme Court reconsiders.
Kung halimbawa naman po ay maging pinal na ang desisyon ng Korte Suprema na inalify itong articles of impeachment, are you saying with certainty na magkakaroon ng refiling of the articles dito sa lower chamber under the 20th Congress after February 5th?
I think House members would definitely be interested in refiling it, whichever mode it takes, no? Whether through the mode of going into the Committee on Justice, whether to the mode of going into plenary through an automatic transmittal. Pagka naman ho, sure ka on evidence, sure ka on the justness of it, di ba? It shouldn't stop you from actually refiling it. So it stopped us today, but there's Feb 2026 anyway. So I'm quite sure that House members who are interested in exacting accountability will still refile it.
Pero sa pagtingin po ba ninyo, mas parang better, which route is better, the Committee on Justice or the, given the new requirements given by the Supreme Court, how would you assess alin ang better route po?
I mean, it's at this point, it's a matter of tactics. No? We just have to agree on, is it a just thing to do? And I'm quite certain House members will say today that it is a just thing to do. So I think if it's a tactic of doing it through the Committee on Justice or doing it through the direct transmittal route, and syempre, with the new Supreme Court proceeding, syempre, may bago pong mga, may bagong mga rekisito po na kailangan gawin. I think we will resolve it once we get to that point. No? Pero kung ano man yan, whether through the Committee on Justice or whether through plenary, the most important thing today is, and the most important question to the nation and to Congress is, kailangan bang may managot sa usapin po ng confidential funds? May kailangan po bang managot sa pagbabanta laban sa mga matataas na opisyal ng bansa? Kung ang sagot po doon ay oo, whether it is through the Committee on Justice or whether it is through plenary, gagawin po yung mga rekisito kailangan pong gawin para po dito.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian. Let us acknowledge Marian Enriquez from TV5.
Thank you. Chair, sinabi niyo rin po kanina na kung follow-up lang po kay Ate Vivian, kung sure ka on evidence, the justice of it, it shouldn't stop you from filing it. Kayo po ba, sir, ngayong 20th Congress after February 5, magpa-file po ba kayo or mag-endorse kayo ng impeachment complaint against VP Sara?
I think we might be inclined to support it. Kasi wala naman nagbago, it's just the periods that had changed. So it's the same evidence that we're talking about, not the period. So as soon as we reach that point, if it is the House leadership's wisdom that another impeachment complaint should be filed within the new rules and new reality under the Supreme Court decision, if they do not reconsider, I think it is something that we are in fact inclined to support.
Sir, sinabi po pala ni retired IC Justice Adolf Escuna, no? Sinabi po niya na okay naman daw what the Senate did, yung motion for consideration, while pending, meron niyang, ang ginawa pa is in-archive. Mas better daw po yung archiving than tabling kasi it can still lead to dismissal when the matter is revived the next day. Archiving makes it safe daw from, dismissal in the meantime. Your thoughts on that, sir?
So that's what I mentioned earlier na parang it's a bit unfortunate that they archived it, and I'm quite certain that a lot of sectors are basically crying out for justice. No? Pero very important din po to make that point. No? Yung archiving is different from an outright dismissal. Ibig sabihin, yung archiving parang tinabilang. Even in court naman ganun din yan, parang hindi yan pinatay, pinabilang. No? So it's a good thing to have kasi nga pag nag-relent or nag-reconsider po yung Korte Suprema, pwede nilang buhayin muli. Ito po impeachment proceedings laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte.
Yung pagtitable, yung unang motion kasi po ni Senator Tito Soto is to table po muna yung pag daw pala tinable lang, pwede siyang buhayin the next day tapos pwede nila naman ulit nilang ipagbutuhan to dismiss. So parang better daw kung i-archive na lang talaga muna.
I don't want to talk about the tabling anymore kasi parang parliamentary rules lang naman yun and basically talo na yun Pero yung actual status kasi is archiving versus dismissal. No? So I'd rather have an archive than a dismissal kasi yung dismissal parang kill na yun Yung archive parang diyan ka lang, magantay tayo onte.
Okay ka na, Marian. Okay, Rosa Lecas from UNTV. Please proceed.
Yes, sir. Nabanggit niyo nga po na possibly sa February 2026, i-refile yung articles of impeachment na naihain na sa Senado. Pero may pinapoint out po kasi si Attorney Ernesto Francisco na petitioner doon po sa landmark case na Francisco versus House of Representatives ruling na meron daw pong nakapaloob doon sa mga articles of impeachment against the Vice President na hindi pasok dahil po during na mayor pa po daw siya ng Davao City, Education Secretary, na dapat daw po, yung pong complaint is kung kailan lang po siya nakaupo as Vice President. So ano pong masasabi niyo doon?
Hindi ko alam Parang ko lang yan. Narinig ko yung sinabi niya, pero I'm sure, hindi naman kulang sa talino po yung mga prosecutors na mababanggit ang mga bagay na hindi kasama doon sa kanya pong term of office. No? So, ibig sabihin, I think baka nabanggit po yun, incidental lang po towards the facts. No? Pero I'm quite sure, the meat of the impeachment complaint are solely based on acts that have been undertaken during her term of office. No? So, basically, about the confidential funds, that is squarely within her term of office as Vice President. Di ba? Yung pong death threats against the President, the First Lady, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez, that is squarely within the term of office of the Vice President. So, hindi ko masyadong naintindihan yung pong binabanggit po ni Attorney Francisco. I respect him because he's a constitutionalist and he's the name on Francisco versus House of Representatives, which is the case that we are using today. No? Pero, he might be a bit wrong on his appreciation of these facts.
Doon po kasi sa articles of impeachment, meron din purong mga na-cite na cases nung pong Davao City Mayor pa lang po si Vice President Sara Duterte. So yun po yung tinutukoy niya na it seems like hindi baka po ma-question din yun pong. Pero are you confident to support this articles of impeachment if it's filed on Feb of 2026?
I think so, yeah. That has been subjected to the wisdom of Congress, of the 19th Congress. So tingin ko po, ano naman ho yun, these are incidental facts. No? The ultimate facts relating to the impeachment would be facts that have been undertaken during her term of office. That is undisputed. So parang yung mga binabanggit po ni Attorney Francisco, parang pangdagdag na lang, panggulo basically. Sorry for the term.
Okay, sir, dako lang po ako doon sa binabanggit niyo po kanina. Tama po bang sabihin na hindi kayo makakapag-conduct sa House Committee on Public Accounts ng motu proprio investigation on the allegations against those congressmen na sinasabing kontratista sa mga government-funded infrastructure projects unless merong maglatag kung sino-sino ba to at mga ebidensya?
I think so. Kasi ang totoo naman ho, we don't have a list. Hindi ba? At ang burden of proof is not on the committee. Kasi we never said it. Our commitment to the nation is we will conduct a review of all infrastructure projects. No? So if in the course of the proceedings, matisod ho namin yung mga corruption allegations, ghost projects, substandard facilities, dito tayo, yun po yung abutin po ng proceedings po na ito. Pero yung very specific allegation po kasi, 67 congressmen contractors. Hindi naman sa amin yung galing It came from somewhere else. No? So, unless and until there are names that are mentioned as to who these people are, parang it might be a bit premature to conduct proceedings relating to it.
Ito, natanong din po ito kay spokesperson Attorney Abante na kung sakali man nga po na may mag-lay po sa inyo na may magsabi ng mga pangalan at may magpadala ng mga ebidensya, sa tingin niyo po magiging credible yung investigation kung kayo po mismo ang magko-conduct sa mga kasamahan niyo po na allegedly ay mga kontratista?
Yun ko naman po, kasi syempre, the platform will be given to the one accusing and the one accused. No? So, ibig sabihin, magsagutan sila within the tri-committee. Di ba? Doon naman po kasi, it will be subject to scrutiny of House members na kung totoo ba yung allegation na yan. Nagsabi ka ng depensa mo, totoo ba yung depensa mo na yan? Kasi, pag maglalatagan mo ng dokumento rin eh. O, may kumpirma dito. O, ba't ka kumpirma dito? Congressman ka. Di ba? So, like what I stated, the commitment is, kung yan mo yung abutin, mapakalanan sila at mapatunayan na talagang sangkot po sila ron, wala ho tayo sisinuhin dito.
Magpapadala na po ba kayo ng, ano muna, nabuo na po ba yung committee ninyo? Puno na yung membership?
Well, meron na pong mga miyembro. So, mag-organizational meeting na po kami, I think by next week. Pero, I think the direction of the comprehensive investigation po kasi is to do it as a TRICOM. Public accounts, public works, and good government. No? So, antayin din po namin na mabuo rin po yung mga miyembro po roon.
Balak nyo na rin po bang magpadala ng formal invitation kay Baguio City Mayor Magalong?
I think yan naman po yung sinasabi natin. As soon as mabuo na po yung mga komite, magpapadala kami ng invitation for him to make a presentation relating to his observation. Kasi bukod naman doon sa kanyang allegation na may mga kongresista, legislators na involved po sa mga corruption, infrastructure corruption, may mga binabanggit din naman po siya ng mga halimbawa ng mga kontrata eh. So I think we'd like to get from him, no, ano ba yung mga halimbawa ng overpricing. Kasi meron siya sinasabi na pagka ito lang yung presyo, ito yung presyo sa kontrata, pero pag nagpunta ka sa, pag nagkaroon ka ng market sounding or market research, ganito lang yung presyo. So I think fair po na banggitin niya po yung mga ganyang mga bagay sa komite pag nagkaroon na po ng investigation. Pero if the presentation, for example, would include an actual allegation that, for example, majority of congressmen, legislators are involved in corruption allegations. I've heard it in one interview, na parang ganun po yung binabanggit niya. Yun po yung time na he will have to provide the names.
Thank you po, Kuya Ray.
Thank you, Rose. Next is Haji Camino from Brigada News.